Okay, so here we are, week number 4. Gladiolas have really come through quite nicely, quite big and tall, so they'll be moving into the garden today. I've rotated some of the plants around to make sure they all get equal sunshine. In the centre here we've got our sweet peppers, so we've got their first ones I've come through, and then on some of them we got the second pair of leaves coming through. So I'd like to give those 2 more weeks inside. That will allow them to get a little more mature, and hopefully the weather will be a little bit warmer. Right now it's 10 degrees in the UK, and ideally it'll be around 15 for these ones. Ranunculus are doing very well as well. I think they need a little bit of water, so I only watered them twice. Once when they were planted, and once in week 2. In future, I think I'll water them on week 3 as well. Here are the strawberries. Well done, darling. So here are the strawberries. They're coming through nicely. Over here, I've got the what's this? Asters. And they come through very nicely. Zinnia as well, very, very well. In the centre here is the freesia, which wasn't showing at first, but now it's finally come through. And finally, on the right hand side, we've got all our toms. They're looking very, very good. Good development on all these as well. As you can see, some of them producing a number of leaves, and some beginning to show their side shoots as well, so we'll have to dress those off. We're going to pick our favourites today and then get rid of the rest. And my final seed tray is our courgettes. So here on the left hand side is the hybrids. They've grown really, really well. And on the right hand side we have our we've got the wrong way around, maybe. Sorry, these ones here are the hybrids. And they're coming along well, as you can see, already on the second flowers, and the organic ones on the left. Here are the bell peppers. They're coming through quite nicely, but I'm going to give them another 2 weeks before they go. And these are the rest of the dahlias. None of them really came through at all. So I'm going to empty these pots out today, and I'm going to put something new in it. And here's some more strawberries. So here we go. We've just transplanted some of our tomatoes. Not expecting them all to survive, and if they all do, then we'll probably thin them out. But what I've done here is I've planted them all in 3 inches of compost. I've layered down some cardboard, and that's going to kill the grass underneath and any weeds that want to come through. We're going to fill the rest of it with mulch, so a nice little bark. I've taken this, I'm going to turn this cupboard, I'm going to convert it into a planter. We've planted 2 courgettes here, inside this one here. I wanted to raise this a little bit above ground level to help protect the leaves from moisture and bacteria, and also act as a barrier for any slugs that want to try and get to it. So we've got 2 courgettes. We're going to plant the rest tomorrow. Over here we've planted the gladiolas. Not all of them survive transplant, however we have a good number here, and I'm looking forward to them growing. I've got some bamboo shoots here, and they're going to act as a support as they grow taller. And then when we can identify the gladiolas are the flowers only grow on one face, so when we do find out which face they are on, we'll tie them correspondingly so we can enjoy the display. So here they are here. Only one didn't make it. Finally, the rest of the flowers. Moved over here. Here's our ranunculus. Not looking too happy. That one's probably the best one we've moved. That one was too moist inside its pot, so I think it's a bit rotten. We put it in there hoping it might survive. and we didn't water it, so that way hopefully the drier soil might be good for it. And here, our zinnia and our asters. So that's the quick tour for day 1 of week 4, and then tomorrow I'll give you a little update on how they're coming along. Good afternoon, team. It's week 4, day 2. I've dressed off the cardboard with some bark mulch just to make it a little bit more presentation and also prevent the slugs from trying to make homes underneath. I've installed a polytunnel to keep the tomatoes a bit warm. Sorry if that's not very much in focus for you. So the toms are on there now. As the weather warms up, I'll probably remove the polytunnel, but in the meantime, just to keep the tomatoes safe from the cold weather, that should act as a little bit of aid to help them grow. We've converted this old shelf into a planter, so I initially put the cardboard down. On top of that, I've put the mulch, the bark mulch, and compost on the very top. So there's a good maybe 3-5 inches of compost at the top. This one we've planted peas today. On the middle one we've got onions from Sets, and on the right hand side we have carrots. Here are the courgettes that we planted yesterday. They are the organic ones. I've put some bamboo stakes in there and tied them off to help them from the wind. And also, you probably noticed from the leaves, they've got a little bit of weather damage. So the intention is to put a fleece over the planter and these pots, and that should help them keep a little bit warmer. These are the ones we planted today. It's a bigger pot. I'm not expecting them all to survive, so that's why I've put 3 in there and 2 in that one. I'm expecting one of these to die, and hopefully... Sorry about that, my phone stopped filming. So here are the hybrid ones, 3 of the hybrids that I staked in today. 2 of the organics on the right hand side here. I've put the stakes in. I appreciate they're not a climbing plant, but just to support the stems as they're coming out the pots, the small pots in the propagator, a number of them snapped in the stems, so hoping by tying these up, give them a little bit of support. Now we're over to the flowers. Here's our youngest flower. I haven't tied that one up, but the rest I've put some strings on to give them support, just to help them from the wind, as it does get a bit windy here. We've got a amber weather warning this weekend, so hopefully a little bit of string will help these ones grow. So these are the gladiolas. They came out quite well. This is after 4 weeks of growth, and hopefully they just continue growing from then. As they get a little bit taller, we'll identify which side all the flowers bloom on one side, so we'll have to tie them down to make sure we can enjoy the show. And then finally the asters, freesia and ranunculus. Not looking too happy over here today, but that might just be the adjusting to the transplant from the soil that they were inside to the soil that they are outside. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for them to root in a little bit, but not looking too happy over here. So that's the update for week 4. We've planted some new seeds this week as well, and I'll let you know when they come through.